my title tonight is The Mark of the Beast. I just said, I guarantee, my money back. The Mark of the Beast. Spirit of prophecy in the Bible talk about this mark, the beast. And I go over it from time to time just to keep me on point which direction I'm going. A lot of people sit in the church all day long, but they're preparing for one thing, the mark of the beast. And that's not a nice thing to prepare for. So we're going to start off tonight in Revelation 13. I'm going to read verse 11 down. Revelation chapter 13, starting with verse 11, I'm going to read my way down from there. And the Apostle John writes these words. And I beheld another beast coming up out of the earth, and he had 2 horns like a lamb, and he spake as a dragon. And he exercises all the power of the first beast before him, and causes the earth and them which dwell therein to worship the first beast, whose deadly wound was healed. And he doeth great wonders, so that he maketh fire come down from heaven on earth in the sight of men, and deceiveth them that dwell on the earth by the means of those miracles which he had power to do in the sight of the beast, saying to them that dwell on the earth, that they should make an image to the beast, which had the wound by the sword, and did live. And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. Here is wisdom. Let him that hath understanding count the number of the beast, count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 666. People say that's the mark of the devil. The Bible don't say it's the mark of the devil, it says it's the mark of the beast. And it's not the number of a beast, it's the number of a man. And we know his number is 666. Chief, Revelation 14, verse 9 through 11 only.
Revelation 14.
9 through 11 only. I know you want everybody likes to go to 12, but just stop at 11.
Revelation 14, verse 9. And the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast in his image, and receive his mark in his forehead or in his hand. Verse 10. The same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of God, which is poured out without mixture, into the cup of his indignation, and he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb. Verse 11. And the smoke of their torment ascended up forever and ever, and they have no rest day nor night, who worship the beast in his image, and whosoever receiveth the mark of his name.
You know, this is a very important subject. Reason why I say that? Both sides are giving you an ultimatum. Either you're going to do this, God says, well, if you do this is going to happen to you. Man says, well, if you don't do this is what's going to happen to you. And we're caught in the middle. Not a nice place to be. I don't know if you guys grew up and if your parents were at odds with each other, having a little argument. Wasn't too cool for kids. Mom said, do something, Dad said, go do something. But Mom said, I don't care what Mom said, I told you. Like, you know good well if you don't go do that. What you doing that for? But Dad, well, I don't care what he said. I said, you got to work this out because I'm getting ready to kill myself. It don't work too good at all. So here we are now, trapped. A lot of people say, I didn't ask to come into this world. And you're right. I never asked you. But I'm here. You know what happens when you're here? You got choices to make. You got responsibilities, you got things you got to do, you got to get in where you fit in. It's hard to get into heaven. It's pretty easy to get into heaven. In fact, it's very easy to get into heaven. Because when you go back over there in the book of Matthew, it says the gates of hell is broad and wide. Wide is the gate. Broad is the way. everybody on that road, but the road to heaven is straight and narrow. The Bible says only a few people are going to find their way to heaven. Just a few. Millions and millions of people on planet Earth. 1/5 of the Earth population is religious. It's called Catholic. 1/5 of the world's population is Catholic. And it's not easy to get in. Brother Lynn, can I get you to read Revelation 16, verse 1 and 2 only?
Revelation 16, 1 and 2. And I heard a great voice out of the temple saying to the 7 angels, go your way and pour out the vial of the wrath of God upon the earth. And the first went and poured out his vial upon the earth. And there fell a noisome and grievous sword upon man, which had the mark of the beast, and upon them which worship his image.
That don't sound too nice. See, this is God's stuff here. God says, don't you do that. You ever tell your kids that they do it anyway? Not far from them after you say don't do that. And you serious too? Ain't no laughing, no joking. The eyes done cut down. And he looking like I'm gonna kill you. Don't you do that. They sit there and look at it. They sit there and they look at it. Then you know they're gonna do it any minute, because when they start doing that, it's just a matter of time. And they look again and they get close to it and bend over, and then pretty soon their hand starts reaching. And now sometimes you give them grace. You say, oh, he's looking. Oh, it's gonna do it. You know that little stupid thing, whatever it is, it's about to get you lit up. It's going to knock fire from you in a minute. Pretty soon the kid forgets, and they reach out and they grab it and they pick it up and or in a beating or whatever. And all of a sudden, tears is flying, spit, nose running, but all you have to do is keep your hand off it. That's all you have to do. Our first parents, all they had to do was keep their hand off the tree of life. No, the tree of knowledge of good and evil. All they had to do is keep their hand off it. We wouldn't be what we had right now. God says all we got to do right now, keep his commandments. Can't do it. And we know by breaking these commandments, we're going to end up without the seal of God, and we will end up with 7 mark of the beast. 7 last plagues too. It's all hard to say. Brother Hill, Revelation 19:20, please. Sister Hill, when he finished, can you run over here to Daniel chapter 7, please? Verse 7 and 8, and verse 25. Revelation 19:20.
And the beast was taken, and with him the false prophet that
Brought.
miracles before him, with which he deceived them that had received the mark of the beast, and them that worship his image. They both were cast alive into the lake of the fire burning with brimstone.
He deceived the folks because he's able to do things in front of your eye. You ever go to a magic show? I did. It's amazing what they do. Open up a deck of cards and they put the deck, open it up. Usually they just crack the seal. You know they ain't got time to play around with it. And they open it up and shuffle it in front of your face, and they show you every last card. They say, you see this? They give you the card. They say, you shuffle. You know, you doing something, cut them, you pack it down, put it back in the man's hand. He takes the cards. He says, I want you to think of a card. Queen of Hearts, fine with me. You knock on the card, pull it out. Queen of Hearts, boom! Right off the top of the deck. You think, well, that could have been there. Take the Queen of Hearts and put it in the middle. Cut it and shuffle it again. Then you look, it's not the Queen of Hearts on top. Give it back to him. Queen of Hearts right back on top. You like, what kind of foolishness is this? They got it so good now. He can shuffle the cards, and the Queen of Hearts will be in your pocket. Like, man, this is some serious devil stuff. Give you something. But I don't know how he does it. Don't really care. But it gets your attention, don't it? Get your attention. It sucks you in real nice. Real nice. but Rob just finished reading. This is why everybody's going to get the mark. Because they like what the man does in their sight. I'm walking around and I've been hurting for years, and doctors say you got cancer and it's coming all out of my neck, and they pray for me, and he says whatever he says, it does his little, how you get his name. And boom, cancer gone. You think I ain't gonna call that man a miracle worker? You guys say the devil. I just got cured. You the devil. We were deceived by that cave. Daniel chapter 7, verse 7 and 8, and verse 25.
Daniel 7 and 8.
Daniel 7, 7 and 8.
Daniel 7, 7 and 8.
Yes, ma'am.
After this I saw in the night visions, and behold, the fourth beast, dreadful and terrible and strong and exceedingly. And it had great iron teeth, it devoured and broke in pieces, and stamped the residue with the finger of it. And it was diverse from all the beasts that were before it, and it had 10 horns. Verse 8. I considered the horns, and behold, there came up among them another little horn, before whom there were 3 of the first horns plucked up by the roots. And behold, in this horn were eyes like the eyes of man, and a mouth speaking great things.
And verse 25.
25. And he shall speak great words against the Most High, and shall wear out the saints of the Most High, and think to change times and laws, and they shall be given into his hand until the time and time and the body shall come.
Daniel sees a nice vision. Vision make you stay up for the rest of the night after watching. You find a vision like that, seeing 4 beasts come out of the earth, lion with wings, bear raised up on one side, looks like he's handicapped, got 3 ribs in his mouth, a 4-headed leopard with 4 wings, and then you have something that the Bible, that Daniel cannot use one animal on this entire planet to describe. Not one. He can't even say it looks like a leopard and has the tail of a crocodile. He can't even use more than one to describe what he's looking at. He just says it's just a beast. And something about this beast, because we look at this beast and we say, oh, that's nothing. That beast ends in 1798. Forget that beast. I don't care about that beast. That's past tense. But something I'm learning about the beast, he don't quit. He never quits. Revelation, brother, elder, excuse me, Ray Fisher. Revelation chapter 12, verse 3 and 4, please. Sister Cameron. Revelation chapter 13, verse 1 to 4, Brother Cameron, verse 5 to 8. Revelation chapter 13, verse 5 to 8, and your wife has verse 1 to 4. Elder Fisher, whenever you're ready.
And there appeared another one in heaven, and behold, a great red dragon having 7 heads and 10 horns, and 7 crowns upon his heads. And his tail drew the 3rd part of the stars of heaven, and did cast them to the earth, and the dragon stood before the woman, which was ready to be delivered, but to devour her child as soon as it was born.
This beast guy, he just don't quit. He pops up everywhere. Back here in Daniel, but this around the same time, he's getting a little more detail on what this beast is all about, but something about this guy. He hangs on. He's not going to give up. Spirit prophecy said he's not going to give up the struggle until the flames of hell pour out on this dude. He's not going to give up. Verse 17 of that same chapter that Elder Fisher was reading says, and the dragon was wroth with the woman, and went to make war with the remnant of her seed, which keep the commandments of God and have the testimony of Jesus Christ. The dragon is upset with the remnant of the seed of the woman. Woman in the Bible is a church. And he's mad at the folks that keep the commandments of God. And now that I go around and I talk to folks who are Seventh-day Adventists, and I see that y'all don't really keep the commandments of God. It's true they go to church on Saturday. That's beautiful. That's real nice. But right after the message is over, things start to change. The dress changes. What you start to do changes. I went to a camp meeting one time, and by the time, I guess the sun set, it was around this time, right around 8:30. By the time it was 4 o'clock in the afternoon, people was outside kicking soccer balls, changed their clothes, playing ping pong. We played a little game where you shuffle the board, the thing back and forth, trying to put it in the goal. We're playing that, they were, Sabbath was over. I was like, look at this. People that dressed down, they had on their spaghetti strap shirts, and they're getting busy. This is at a Seventh-day Adventist camp meeting. And that was how many years ago, John? Quite a few years, huh? Like 5, 6 years ago. What do you think they're doing now? The Bible says evil men and seducers are going to get what? So I know you can't tell me it got better. It ain't getting no better. I was on my way to the bathroom, and I happened to walk past the girls' bathroom. And there are so many women in the girls' bathroom, everybody had their curling irons out, doing their hair, putting on their makeup, getting in the eyeliner in, and I was like, this is a Seventh-day Adventist camp meeting. Sad. Sad. Sister Cameron, if you would please. Keep your eye on this guy with the, called the beast.
Revelation 13, 1 through 4. And I stood upon the sand of the sea, and saw a beast rise up out of the sea, having 7 heads and 10 horns, and upon his horns 10 crowns, and upon his head the name of blasphemy. And the beast which I saw was like unto a leopard, and his feet were as the feet of a bear, and his mouth as the mouth of a lion. And the dragon gave him his power, and his seat, and great authority. And I saw one of his heads as it was wounded to death, and his deadly wound was healed, and all the world wondered after the beast. And they worshipped the dragon which gave power unto the beast. And they worshipped the beast, saying, who is like unto the beast? Who is able to make war with him?
Who is like the beast? Who's like the beast? Who can run like the beast? Sister Cameron said, all the world. I saw a lot of folks. All the world wondered after the beast. That's not true. And it says, and she said in verse 4, they worship the dragon. You know, I always say when you go to church on the wrong day, you're worshiping the devil. People say, you shouldn't say that. That's not nice. That's what you're worshiping. The devil. Plain and simple. That's what it says. Lynn, while you got your Bible open right there, read Revelation 12:9.
Revelation 12, verse 9. And the great dragon was cast out, that old serpent, called the devil and Satan, which deceiveth the whole world. He was cast out into the earth, and his angels were cast out with him.
Sister Cameron, one more time, 13:4. See if you can catch what the similarity is in there.
13:4. And they worshipped the dragon which gave power unto the beast. And they worshipped the beast, saying, who is like unto the beast? Who is able to make war with him?
She said they worship the dragon. Lynn said the dragon is that old serpent called the devil and Satan. That's why I say you worshiping the devil when you go on the wrong day. I don't care what kind of Christian songs you sing. Your songs should sound way better than ours. You're still worshiping the devil. You can pray all day long. You're still worshiping the devil. If you don't know and you're doing it ignorantly, you got some grace. If God didn't show you yet, you got some grace on it. But if you watch this video that they're going to get ready to post up here, and you go back and start going to church on the wrong day, knowing it's wrong, you will now cease to start worshiping God, and you will start worshiping the devil himself. That's right. It is what it is. Brother Cameron, verse 5 to verse 8, please.
And there was given unto him a mouth to speak great things and blasphemies. And power was given unto him to continue 42 months. And he opened his mouth in blasphemy against God, to blaspheme his name, his tabernacle, and them that dwell in heaven. And it was given unto him to make war with the saints, and to overcome them. And power was given unto him over all kindreds, and tongues and nations. And all that dwell upon the earth shall worship him, whose names are not written in the book of life of the Lamb slain from the foundation of the world.
Thank you, Brother Cameron. Verse 8, he says, that all that dwell upon the earth shall worship him. I like the word shall. That means you're going to do it, whether you like it or not. Shall do it. You got to. Don't get fans of butts. Remind me of Romans 6:16. Know ye not to whom you yield yourself servants to obey his servants you are to whom you obey. But people say, no, I'm not listening to the devil. Sure you are. Sure you are. And the bad part is, the spirit of prophecy comes into play. Revelation 19:10. Let's read that. Sister Bell, can you read Revelation 19:10, please? For the Seventh-day Adventists who like to throw their books in the garbage. That'd just be like you right now tearing out the book of Zechariah and saying, I ain't reading that, I'm throwing that in the garbage. I'm sick of Genesis, I'm throwing that out. Same thing.
There's a church that will be along with you, so you can join in.
There you go. There you go.
You ready?
Yes, ma'am.
And I fell at his feet to worship him. And he said unto me, See thou do it not. I am thy fellow servant, and of thy brethren that have the testimony of Jesus. Worship God, for the testimony of Jesus is the spirit of prophecy. Spirit of prophecy. We run around talking about the spirit of prophecy says this, the spirit of prophecy says that. People say, well, you know what? We don't read the spirit of prophecy in my church. That's fine. We do it always. If you don't do it at yours, that's up to you. I like spirit of prophecy. I didn't used to. I'm not going to lie. Most people who's around me long enough knew I ain't hearing nothing about no spirit of prophecy. Or no little lady who wrote it. But after you pray to God and say, well, show me if this lady's a crackpot, nutcase, or if she's on point. Show me if the lady's right on point. Guaranteed. Spirit of prophecy reading, CET. What's that stand for, Chief? What's that stand for, Jerry? CET. What? Good enough. I'm going with the elder said, Counsels and Teachers of Ellen G. White. This is page 191, paragraph 1.
Christian experience and teaching.
Okay, Christians and experience and teachers. 191, paragraph 1 is what I'm going to read to you. It says, what are you doing, brethren, in the great work of preparation? What are we doing in the great work of preparation? Those who are united with the world are receiving the worldly mold and preparing for the mark of the beast. By hanging out with the world, I want to rub shoulders with the world. Well, I just want to wear what they wear just on this day. You're preparing for one thing. Mark of the beast. Those who are distrustful of self, who are humbling themselves before God and purifying their souls by obeying the truth, these are receiving the heavenly mold and preparing for the seal of God in their foreheads. When a decree goes forth and the stamp is impressed, their character will remain pure and spotless for eternity. Eternity. That's a long time. That was 191 paragraph one, my brother. But now I'm going to run over here. Sister Taylor, Malachi 3:18, please. Malachi chapter 3, verse 18, and I read this quite a bit, but it makes a whole lot of sense. When she finishes reading this, I'm going to the Councils of the Church, page 39, paragraph 6. Whenever you're ready, young lady. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, it says, then shall you return and discern between the righteous and the wicked, between him that serveth God and him that serveth not.
You're going to start to learn something about the people. You know, a lot of people, everybody, well, majority of the church folks call themselves Christians. True or false? True. There you go. They call themselves. That's what you do. Comes to the church, page 39, paragraph 6. Tells us what's the difference between someone who claims to be righteous and someone who is wicked. 39, paragraph 6. My brother CCH. 39, paragraph 6. Says these words right here.
38.
39. The worshipers of God will be especially distinguished by their regard for the fourth commandment. Regard for what?
The fourth commandment.
Since this is a sign of God's creative power and the witness to his claim upon man's reverence and homage, the wicked will be distinguished by their efforts to tear down the Creator's memorial and to exalt the institution of Rome. Pretty easy, huh?
Yeah.
Now you can see what Sister Taylor was saying. Then shall you return and discern. You're going to be able to tell the difference now.
Yeah.
I ain't got no problem telling the difference. No. You say I belong to this, or I belong to that, or I belong to... I understand already. I don't have to tell you. I just say, no, okay, that's nice. Enjoy yourself. In the store. There's no need in us walking around and arguing out, getting into it and all that. I know what you're doing, and you pretty much know what I'm doing. I can tell you do. When I came to church tonight, you can hear people, even they got the windows, blinds open, that's usually closed. I know they peeking. This idiot going, you know what I'm going. Same thing every week. Nothing changes. But when your day of worship comes, sometimes I see your car don't never move. That car stay right there. Yeah. Then y'all come out in your pants and come back from McDonald's with the little bag and stuff. My window's open, I'm looking too. I'm a peeping Tom just like you a peeping Tom. And me, I'm looking at you. But I noticed something about you, your day has changed. When it comes time, Easter time, you got on a new outfit with the big giant hat, sombrero, you know, just, hey, go ahead, you know, and you're on your way to church, you know. And it is what it is. It is what it is. Manuscript release, 19 manuscript release, page 176, paragraph 1. This is for the Seventh-day Adventist members. I think. 19 manuscript release, 19 MR, page 176, paragraph 1. I looked for it in one of those easier to find books, but I couldn't find it, so I'm sorry. 176.
19 MR.
176, paragraph 1.
When the church sees it.
Well, the church, yes, indeed, you found it. Okay, there, Dickie.
You had to put the number before that MR.
Oh, well, this is how it was online. That's what I got.
Oh, okay. Let me put that.
It says, will the churches heed the Laodicean message Not too many of them like that. Testimony volume 3 stuff.
I know.
No, I don't mean about no Laodicean. That ain't for me. But then when you read the message, that's exactly who it's for. When you start saying it's not for me, that's exactly who she wanted for. But will the churches heed the Laodicean message? Will they repent, or will they, notwithstanding that the most solemn message of truth, the third angel's message, is being proclaimed to the world, go on in sin? Will we just keep sinning, playing around, or will we ever stop and say, you know what, we better stop this foolishness? Which one is it going to be? It goes on. This is the last message of mercy, the last warning to a fallen world if the church of God becomes lukewarm. If it becomes lukewarm, you know what Jesus said, right? Ooh, you gone. I ain't never spit nothing out of my mouth and went back to God. Especially when I was sick. You cough up that old phlegm and stuff in your throat, and you walk in and tomb. Let me go find that and put it back in. When it's gone, it's gone. Matter of fact, get out and walk. You ain't supposed to be in here no way. If it's lukewarm, it does not stand in favor with God any more than do the churches that are represented as having fallen and become the habitation of devils, and the hold of every foul spirit, and the cage of every unclean and hateful bird. She's talking about Seventh-day Adventist folks. Those who have had opportunities to hear and receive the truth. Did you receive the truth yet since you've been in this church? Just a couple people. That's all right. Everybody didn't like it, but everybody received the truth. I guarantee you that. Those who have had opportunities to hear and receive the truth, and who have united with the Seventh-day Adventist Church, calling themselves the commandment-keeping people of God, and yet, I need somebody to look up a word. Sister Dinah, can you please look up the word vitality? I want you to read all the stuff that vitality means.
Vitality?
Vitality. It is
V-I-T-A.
V-I-T-A-L-I-T-Y. That's going to be the key word in this whole sentence. Those who have had opportunities to hear and receive the truth, and who have united with the Seventh-day Adventist Church, calling themselves the commandment-keeping people of God, and yet possess no more vitality and consecration to God than do the nominal churches. The churches who say they're Christians in name only, the nominal church, will receive of the praise of God just as verily as the churches who oppose the law of God. The word vitality means, I'm glad I got you back here by that thing. Your voice gonna come real good.
The state of being strong and active energy, changes that will give renewed vitality to our democracy. The power giving countenance of life present in all living things. And then there's other
Read that first one again. I like the first one.
The state of being strong and active energy, changes that will give renewed vitality to our democracy.
Beautiful. Y'all heard that? Everybody heard that? Active. Strong and active. You got to have some energy. Most people ain't got no more energy. The only time we really get energy in this church is when it's time to eat. Everybody got energy then. People be standing at the door. Rebecca, hurry and start that taste. What if they ready to get out then? Everybody's eyes are down. Nobody's sleeping in. Right now, y'all can't take it. I'm going down. Hold on, shut up, Edmond. You put me to sleep. It's not me putting you to sleep. They got some big things in here called demons, and they just fanning, getting y'all just as comfortable and getting you ready to receive something. It's called the mark of the beast. But I bet if we start passing out some carrot cake and some silk milk, very vanilla, everybody got to be open, big as that fan spinning back here. We standing in line there, oh, give me a bigger slice, please. That's just how it works. Just how it works, and it's not good. 7 BC, 979, paragraph 11. 7 BC, 979, paragraph 11. We're all talking about the mark of the beast.
Say it again.
7 BC, 979, paragraph 11 and 12, as a matter of fact. I'm going to read verse 11. Elder Fisher, can you grab verse 12 for me? I mean, paragraph 12. I'm talking these verses. When it's Bible, it's where the prophecy, it gets good.
You said 9 what?
979. Paragraph 11 says this. What is the mark of the beast? John was called to behold the people distinct from those who worship the beast in his image by keeping the first day of the week. The observance of this day is the mark of the beast. So what is the mark of the beast? First day of the week reference is the mark of the beast. It's getting pretty simple and plain, ain't it?
Yeah.
Paragraph 12, I was going to say verse 12, but paragraph 12.
David admitted to it. I mean, they'll tell you that.
Oh, for sure. For sure. Chief, you got the same reading. 980, paragraph 1 is yours. Lynn, you got paragraph 2.
What was that again, book?
7 Bible commentary, 7 BC. 980, paragraph 2 is yours. Elder Fisher, the floor is yours.
And he got paragraph 12.
He got 12, you got 980, paragraph 1. Lynn got 2.
So it'll be 980.
980, paragraph 2.
No. Yeah, mine.
You got 1, he got 2. Elder, it's on you.
One against the mark of the beast.
Mm-hmm.
Third angel's message has been sent forth to the world, warning men against receiving the mark of the beast of his image in their foreheads or in their hands. To receive this mark means to come to the same decisions that the beast has done, as the beast has done, and to advocate the same ideals in direct opposition to the word of God.
Hold it right there. You got to come to the same decision, the same ideal that the beast has done. So in other words, you got to have the mind of the beast. And then if you have the mind of the beast, that means you got the mind of the dragon.
That's right.
So in other words, you still a devil worshiper and a devil follower. Keep going, Elder.
Of all who receive the mark, God says, of all who receive this mark, God says, the same should drink of the wine of the wrath of God, which is poured out without mixture in the cup of his indignation. And he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb.
Brother Rob?
If the light of truth has been presented to you, revealing the Sabbath, the fourth commandment, and showing that there is no foundation in the Word of God for Sunday observance, and yet you still cling to the false Sabbath, refusing to keep holy the Sabbath, which God calls my holy day, you receive the mark of the beast.
Stop right there. How many people you think got the mark?
And this is a whole lot more than you thought.
Quite a few folks, right? And read that one more time from the part where it says, just start from the top, son.
If the light of truth has been presented to you, revealing the Sabbath of the fourth commandment, and showing that there is no foundation in the Word of God for Sunday observance.
Stop. Has light of truth been presented to you, revealing that the Sabbath is the fourth commandment?
Yes.
Has it been presented to everybody in this room that there is no foundation in the Word of God for Sunday observance?
Yes, it has.
Everybody's we in agreement with that. Huh? Go ahead from there, Chief.
And yet you still cling to the false Sabbath, refusing to keep holy the Sabbath, which God calls my holy day, you receive the mark of the beast.
Okay. Keep going.
When does this take place? When you obey the decree that commands you to cease from labor on Sunday and worship God, while you know that there is not a word in the Bible showing Sunday to be other than a common working day, you consent to receive the mark of the beast and refuse the seal of God.
But you know what happens when you keep consenting over and over and over? It makes it easy to do it the next time. I don't know, a lot of these ladies in here, I know you had some people who want to put your lives in jeopardy. And if they can get you to do something that you shouldn't do one time, guarantee, come on, you get all them boys, it ain't gonna feel you You get it once. You may say, I ain't never do nothing, but I'm out. I remember the first time I hit one of them funny cigarettes. Everybody looked, you smoking that? Then when everybody smoking, said, no, I ain't doing that no more. Come on, dude, I ain't never all right. We seen it. They already lit it up. Here. Put it right in front of your face, 2-3 inches from your lips. And then after the second time, next thing you know, you're buying it, you chop your shoebox out, you're chopping the seeds out, you're rolling it yourself, and then you're full blown, you're going with it.
Yeah.
One hit of alcohol, oh, you hit it once, so what, man? It's just a little stronger. You had a Bud Light. Take a regular Bud. You had that. It's just a wine cooler. Oh, it's just like a little Hennessy. It's just a little Cabarcier. This ain't nothing. It's just, pretty soon you ain't nothing but alcoholic. One bad habit, when you don't kick it and cut it off immediately, it's going to keep going and going and going. And in this instance, devil knows he just letting you go on and play. Ha ha ha, all you doing fine. Go on to church. Enjoy yourself. I know you ain't going to heaven because he knows he got you doing this, and this. So you go ahead and you enjoy yourself in church. But when the time comes for this enforcement stuff to come, you're going to fall right into my category. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. The mark of the beast has your name written all over it. Nothing you can do about it. Brother Lynn, I think you got something you want to read.
If we receive his mark in our foreheads or in our hands, the judgments pronounced against the disobedient must fall upon us. But the seal of the living God is placed upon those who conscientiously keep the Sabbath of the Lord.
Amen. He says, the judgments pronounced against the disobedience must fall on who? Y'all. No, us. I'm not going to take myself out. I sure wanted to, though, but now God said, no, you ain't there with the rest of them. Yeah, I know. But you know what? Oh, go ahead. Then I can cut you off.
Say that with Satan, he received a mark in your forehead or your hands. In other words, you think that he's doing right, or you know it's wrong, but you're going to do it anyway. You don't care which one it is. God wants both. Forehead and hands.
But you know what? It's going to be a sad state of affairs in just a little bit of time. It says over in, I think there's early writings, there may be great controversy too. The people who given up the faith
Trying to settle.
and how they're going to be howling when the time comes.
Very right.
Early writings, it's not going to be nothing nice. This is going to be the worst day. I remember this lady, when you used to work, she always used to say, I had a bad hair day. I had a terrible hair day. Hair looked the same every day to me. I thought every day was a bad hair day. That's the case. I'm like, boy, same hairstyle. You go to the beautician, you come out, it look the same. You spend money on that. But, each his own. You were still sticking and, curled up here and pinned up over here now. And she thought she looked good on that day, but just before she went to hair, she said, I had a bad hair day. And I loved it. I never said nothing. I held my tongue, held my peace. But you know what? Their hairstyle looked exactly the same all the time. It looked a little more dry when they got time to be refreshed. But it was the same thing. Bad hair day. But you know what? Everybody gonna have a bad day. Hair day, and me, I'm gonna have a bad hair day if I don't make happen. I'm gonna have a terrible bad hair day. It's not gonna be nice. 7 Bible Commentary, 980, paragraph 3. Sister Fisher, you want to read a little bit, do you? Amen. 7 BC, 980, paragraph 3. She's going to read about a life and death question. But we don't believe as such. It can go either way. It doesn't really matter. It doesn't. You're just trying to scare us. I'm trying to tell you the truth. It's up to you to get scared or not. Whenever you're ready, Sister Fisher. 7 BC, 980, paragraph 3.
life and death person.
Mm-hmm.
This message embraces the two preceding messages. It is represented as being given with a loud voice, that is, with the power of the Holy Spirit.
Mm-hmm.
Everything is now at stake. The third angel's message is to be regarded as of the highest importance. It is a life and death question. The impression made by the message will be proportionate to the earnestness and solemnity with which it is proclaimed.
She said that this message is regarded the highest importance. What's the highest importance maybe?
Number one priority.
Number one priority when you at home, you got bills to pay. What bill gets paid among all the other bills?
PG&E.
Rent. Without rent, who cares about PG&E? I can burn me some candles. Give me some of them cement, stones with the holes in them. Give me 4 of them, I can make my own stove. I don't need no PG&E. I can get out. They might get kicked out. But if I pay my rent, I got a place to be. PG&E, cable, telephone, all that, I mean, that's nice, but I'm just reading. Okay, how much is our PG&E? Okay, fine, got it covered. I don't really care about nothing else, but everything gets paid anyway. Highest importance. Among everything else in this Bible, this is the highest importance. It's chapter 13 of Revelation. Chapter 14 of Revelation. Highest importance, but you know what? We like to say, it's not that important. I'm going to read about David and Goliath a couple more times. That's good if you can break it down into some current stuff. Read it all day long. And those are good stories to read. I like reading them too. I find all them stories fascinating. It improves my faith in the Word of God when I hear all them stories. Say, God, if you could do it for all of them, I know you could do it for me if I choose to act right. And nothing you won't do for me. Last reading tonight, Daryl, you can take it off. 7 BC 990, paragraph 3. 990, 7 BC, paragraph 3. City of God is for commandment keepers. I don't know if I like that. I don't like that reading. I don't think it's for commandment keepers. Well, that's what you say. I say it's for commandment keepers because the Bible says it's for commandment keepers. Spirit of prophecy says it's for commandment keepers. So why not be a commandment keeper? What's wrong with keeping the commandments anyway? When you really stop and break it down, what's so wrong with keeping the commandments? What is it doing to you that messes you up? Is it making you sick? Are you missing out on something? Other than the sale at Macy's, 20% off?
7 BC.
990, paragraph 3. City of God for commandment keepers. It says, none who have had the light of the truth will enter the city of God as commandment breakers. His law is at the foundation of his government in earth and in heaven. If they have knowingly trampled upon and despised his law on the earth, they will not be taken to heaven and do the same work there. There is no change of character when Christ comes. The character building is to go on during the hours of probation, which are happening right now, folks. Day by day, their actions are registered in the books of heaven, and they will, in the great day of God, be rewarded as their works have been. It will then be seen who receives the blessing. Blessed are they that do his commandments, that they may have right to the tree of life and may enter in through the gates into the city. Thank you guys for listening.